I think what you've got to think about of where AI is today is that AI is becoming better and better at activities that we think of today as essentially human, something only a human can do. Now, what needs to happen over the next 12 months is for both capabilities in AI to continue to improve, but really, as much as anything, it's about organizations designing and redesigning their workflows and their processes around those capabilities. So the thing is, there are no AI-shaped holes in the world. You can't just plug in today's AI models raw and expect to get better outcomes. But what we do have is an underlying extremely powerful technology that if you design with that in mind, if you co-evolve the way you make decisions with the power of this technology, I think within the next 12 months, you're going to get to a very, very powerful place where you can fundamentally reimagine a lot of businesses using it. I think there are probably two big mistakes that organizations make today when they're trying to get impact from AI. The first is that they don't really establish their risk tolerance clearly enough upfront. So AI is very powerful, but it obviously touches on a lot of quite sensitive topics, particularly things like data protection, privacy, etc. And so being really clear about where you can and can't tolerate mistakes and failure up front, and being really clear about what employees can and can't do is really important. Because I guess this brings me to the second thing, which is nearly all the good ideas about how to use AI today will come bottom up. They'll come through experiment. They'll come from people trying stuff. Those ideas can't all possibly be in the heads of the people in the C-suite. But if you're not really clear with employees about what they can and can't do and what the guardrails are, you're not going to see the benefit of that experimentation, which I really think is where a lot of the value is today. The core of where Europe and the UK in particular needs to compete is to remember that if you look at the history of technology, most of the value actually comes from adoption. It's great if you're the people that invent it. There's definitely rewards for that. But far more important than inventing it is using it. And so the question is, yes, we should find ways, not least for geopolitical reasons, where we, can buy a seat at the table by having hard assets, hard power, by having great companies building important parts of this technology value chain. But if we want to get the economic benefit, we need to encourage our businesses, our government, and our consumers to use this. And really, that's where the value is. But there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of angst today that's holding that back, as well as harder barriers. And so for the UK to compete and win, it's like, how can we be the best place in the world to deploy and use AI in the real world? The reality is that, at least for now, AI is an extraordinary amplifier to human ambition, human judgment, human agency. And so those things are going to be really important, at least for the foreseeable future. Even as AI capabilities continue to progress, we experience what we call today like the jagged edge of capabilities. There's some things that we're extraordinary at, and then there's still some real brittleness. And so humans, I think, thinking of AI as an amplifier of their own agency is the most important thing. These softer things like taste and judgment, I think these are going to be very important for a very long time.